I'm Carrie.
I'm Sandra. And we are interviewing today Joseph Calleja, who is
This amazing, fabulous tenor.
from Malta,
Dad of 2.
loves wine, super funny. Check out the clip. Bam. Strangest gift you've ever been given by a fan?
Do you really want to go there?
Yep.
I got a tube of toothpaste.
The Phantom of the Opera from London, who sung it over 2,500 times, actually got a toad. They gave him a toad. A frog in a box.
Knickers.
And we're not PG rated, so if it's not PG rated.
You got knickers? You got panties. Oh my God. Wait. Wait, I need details because my imagination just went through the roof. And don't forget to subscribe, people.
Yeah, that's rude not to.
Oh, that might stay. I'm really glad I'm recording this.
Okay, ready? Same old mug. Same old ugly mug, as my husband would say.
That looks fun. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Calleja.
How are you? All good?
Good.
Good,
How
how
are
are
you?
you?
We're having our caffeine because it is very early here, unlike you.
Yeah, I'm on the good stuff. So you
Ah!
told me you told me it's mandatory. So there you go. I did it.
Well,
That's not fair.
I did bring some other stuff too, but we're going to talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. How are you guys? Sorry, Carrie, you've never met, right?
No, never met.
No. I mean, my loss, obviously.
Aw.
Absolutely.
Carrie's in Nashville.
Okay.
And you're in
I'm in
Stone-
Malta. I'm not
yeah.
gonna show you the view because you'll kill me.
Oh, no. We need to see it. Can we?
Let me. I don't know if I can. 1 second.
How much are we going to hate you? We're going to hate you so much. Oh, man.
I like the hand sanitizer there.
So yeah.
Fancy.
It replaced gin and tonic for the mixer. So there you go. That's
You have a Florida t-shirt on. I'm from Florida.
yes, I do. I bought it in Naples.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
Florida.
So how are you
What's
doing? There you go. How you doing? What's going on?
I'm fine. I'm a baker. Now I do great pizza. I'm a great cook. I wash cars, black shoes, do all the kind of odd jobs. You know, I do my Trump imitation, but that's another story.
We got to do the impersonations because I mean, do people out there? Do your fans know that you do that?
I'm not sure they'll still be my fans after their head out, but that's another story.
Well, no, there's another one that you love to do, right?
Which one?
True.
Sean Connery.
Oh, I wouldn't go so far, Moneypenny. But yes.
That's not bad. That's actually pretty good.
He does Sean Connery well. So are you singing? Oh, sorry, Carrie, go.
No, what I want to know, Sandra and I were just talking about this because I looked at your Instagram page and I saw like the most amazing paella I think I've seen in quite a long time. And I wanted to know if you're cooking that or are you a cook?
Well, let's say I'm a good amateur. Yeah.
Okay.
What have you been doing? Have you been singing? We've seen some stuff.
Yeah. We're in the process of.
I want to talk about the well.
We're really we're doing an exciting thing. Instead of doing my annual summer concert, we're going to do a series of music videos, some scenes from operas, and we're lucky to be able to do that. And we're starting actually tomorrow.
Whoa.
So it's going to be 10 days of filming, and then I go to Berlin for Gioconda, and then another hiatus. But I have something planned in Scotland, then Berlin again, and hopefully from January we will resume with some kind of normality. But we'll see what's going to happen then.
We hope. So what you're doing now, who are you using some of the young singers from the foundation in part of this or?
Not for this particular case. In this case, because of travel and everything, we went with the wonderful Carly Paoli, for some of the duets, and with the soprano Carmen Giannatasio for some other duets, and then it's basically me and focusing on the Mantovani album, which is now released soon on Decca.
I was just going to ask about that. You just released, I saw, what was it, Arrivederci Roma?
Yes, there's, I think, Arrivederci Roma as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Where was that recorded?
That was recorded actually in a studio, the audio. But now we're gonna do Arrivederci Roma. Unfortunately, is not one of the videos we're doing, but because it'd be nice to be in Rome, and because of all the traveling, like it's a bit complicated with that. But we're doing You Never Walk Alone. We're doing Parla Più Piano. We're doing Amazing Grace, Spanish Eyes, the Mario from Tosca, Lucia Valle Stelle, and stuff like that. It's gonna be. I've never done anything like it in my life with this kind of budget, so I'm very excited to be able to do that.
Cool.
Do you like singing on Zoom? Are you happy with it?
Oh no, this is not on Zoom. This is gonna be recorded. It's gonna be on location. No, it's gonna be because we cannot have more than 15 people at any given time, but that's enough for camera crew and everything. So we're gonna go on location and do them there. So it's gonna
piano, orchestra, what?
Orchestra, we're gonna record the audio before, and then we're gonna just do the video and everything. We're trying to do some of it live, but we're gonna experiment a bit and see if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. But if it does, it could be quite something.
That's awesome. That's really exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, tell me about the It Is Well, where you're standing like on a cliff. It's beautiful, like visual. Of course, it's beautiful singing, but it's beautiful visually too. And part of me was like, oh my God, were you scared? Were you scared standing up there? And I'm sure it was really windy and the whole thing.
Well, I mean, not really. It was very safe. The visual, the way it looks like I'm about to drop 200 feet or 400 feet, but it was really, it was really very, very, very safe. So there was no risk. I mean, I wouldn't suggest doing it drunk, but then again, under normal circumstances, and they were my dogs, who obviously have a death wish, and they were like, going to the very edge. No, Jupiter, Mars, Roma, back. But then part of me was like, oh wait, that's a little less dog food a month. No, I'm just joking. I love them. I love them to bits. They're like my children, and it's funny how much.
Dogs do you have?
3.
And what kind are they?
2 German shepherds, their mother and son, and a rescue dog from Sicily, Jupiter, who's 90% Cane Corso Italian Mastiff content. He is the one who's looks big, bad, and ugly, but he just loves cuddles all the time. Aww. Unbelievable how he loves
kind of like you. Kind of like you.
I was gonna say that, was gonna make a joke about it, and you just had to interrupt it. That's fine, Sondra. It's a story of my life with Sondra Radvanovsky. Even this happens on stage, it happens everywhere. She steals my thunder. She said, no, you're absolutely one of the most wonderful colleagues. I love you to bits, and it's not for the camera.
She's a good one. She's a good egg, for sure.
So Carrie, how many co-hosts did you go through before actually asking Sondra?
Actually, she was the first one.
First one, okay.
She doesn't know your sense of humor.
No, she doesn't. No, that was a joke. Well, the thing about my sense of humor is I tell Duncan's, which is Sondra's partner, I always tell him, well, the thing about my humor is that it's not funny. So there you go.
Some of it is. Occasionally you strike gold and it's really funny.
Absolutely. But, I mean, but once every, one attempt out of 1,000.
So I know we're supposed to talk about you're an opera singer, blah, blah, blah. You got started at 16 years old. But everybody's heard this, right? I mean, you've been doing this.
Absolutely.
You've been doing this for a long time. So let's not talk about your past because it's completely amazing and you're still so young and you're so much younger than me, which I really hate.
Not that much.
What's going on in your future? Besides, I mean, let's take COVID out of it, but what are you excited for about the future and your career and
Right now, I mean, of course, like all of our colleagues, I mean, I have plans a couple of years out, but the truth is, I'm not even thinking that far anymore. Now, my future, I'm focusing on doing what I'm doing now, and then hope that by January, February, we're going to resume with some kind of normality. Because I mean, I can't understand the difference. This COVID-19 situation, there's so many incongruous situations. For example, you can travel for holiday by plane, but then you can go to a restaurant, you can go to a bar if they serve food. At least I'm talking about Malta. But then you can have a concert with people sitting in the same place with a mask and everything. I mean, how is that? First of all, A, fair, and B, where is the logic of that? I mean, there are mass events which, you know, if you're in a rock concert, partying, sweating, sharing bottles and hugging each other, yeah, well, yeah, that's a high risk. But with opera and audiences and audiences in concerts, when was the last time you saw audience members sharing Chardonnay or beer or vodka, hugging each other, jumping on each other? You know, I mean, you know, which is why leading experts in Germany, epidemiologists, they said that there is no added risk in having even a full opera house. And this news was in the Telegraph, Classic FM, and all over in Germany. So I think that I mean, I'm not downplaying the virus. God forbid I am misquoted or misunderstood, but this is something, unfortunately, that we're gonna have to live with, because my fear and the fear of many experts, right, is that the measures against COVID are going to far outweigh and far cause much more damage, including in human, in loss of life, than the actual disease itself. And this is just a fact that the lockdowns were always intended for the health authorities to give our great doctors, the brave people, the nurses, the necessary protection so they can do their job, which is fighting this, our frontliners. Of course, they have to be respected. We have to take care of them. But the absolute shutting down of our world economies, in my opinion, in my ignorant opinion perhaps, but many experts agree with this line of thought, is that we're going to end up with a situation where the measures against COVID are going to cause eventually more damage. And I don't want to be a policymaker or a world leader right now, or a country leader, a politician, because there is no right choice. Every choice is going to have bad ramifications and mortal ramifications for someone. The thing is, which is going to cause less damage. It really boils down to that.
I think first off, that report that they made in Germany, they've had since backtracked that. They've backtracked those findings, because there's an issue with, at least, I mean, in the United States, because it's such a litigious society, our unions and opera companies are trying to find out what is the safest way to get Americans back into American opera houses right now. And from those studies that have come out, the issue with, in their opinions, especially with, well, I don't want to say their opinions, but in European houses, there's no ventilation, there's no AC, there's no anything that moves the air. So we're not talking about the big droplets, we're talking about aerosols. And to put human beings in an environment without any kind of air circulation for 60 minutes is an environment that can pass COVID around like this. And so I think that that's the biggest concern. And for American opera houses, yes, we can reduce the amount of people, but that doesn't lend for a financial benefit for the opera companies, unlike companies over there that are subsidized by the government.
But it's safe.
Yeah, so I think that there are ways for people to be in the opera theaters there, but as a packed house, to be quite honest, in the research that I've read, I don't want to sit in a packed opera house that doesn't have proper ventilation. Does that make sense? I mean, there's not for 60 minutes or longer, to be quite honest.
No, but the thing is this, that what you're saying is absolutely right. They said that they could operate. I mean, perhaps not that they should.
Right.
But there is a middle line between restaurants are okay, airplanes are okay, trains are okay, buses are okay, schools are okay, but going to a concert will kill you. This line of thought is, in my opinion, wrong, because there is a middle way in there where it can reduce the audience by 25-30%. And anyway, I mean, who is sold out all the time nowadays? In any case, we don't, we won't see. I mean, some of the opera houses, yes. And I think that there are ways, because I mean, I can't understand what's the difference between going to the supermarket, having people in your house, whether it's 6 people, 10 people, or 15 or 20. In an opera house, yes, there's the issue of you're in the same space, but if you have the mask on, presumably that is blocking a lot of, the germs or whatever, or it's at least preventing you from breathing it in, reducing it, perhaps not blocking it completely. But my only point, I don't know what the answer is, but but the answer cannot be that we stay in our homes for 6 months, 8 months, year and a half, till a vaccine that will not grow you another head comes out.
No,
I mean, it's as simple as that.
No, true. I think, I mean, at least here, we don't have restaurants that are open to full capacity. They are not encouraging people to have parties at their houses because they're finding those to be super spreaders. It's why universities have shut down, because kids are partying and no masks are being worn. I mean, they have proven that even if 80% of the population wears a mask at all times, like meaning outside, indoors, everywhere, we don't have to shut the economy down. So if you want to open up an opera house and have people in there, then I want everybody wearing masks, and I want all the performers tested before
well, that's what we have to do now. I have to go, because I leave next week for Barcelona, and you have to go get a COVID test, and it has to be within the last 5 days. I don't know if you're going to have to do that for Berlin.
Sorry about that. That's just the door.
That's okay. My concern about all this.
Who's coming over?
Are they
no. It's I think it's May or something like that. There's my son. He'll take care of it.
My big concern is the collateral damage. All the people and mental health. I think that's going to be a huge, huge, huge issue.
Absolutely.
With the fallout of this, and much more costly than people can even imagine. And I'm really afraid of what's going to happen during what we call here in Canada the dark days, when winter comes and people normally get depressed anyway, which you don't have to deal with there in Malta. Thank you very much.
No, we have a rise in suicide in Malta. I think this year, the amount of suicides we had in Malta overtakes the COVID deaths by quite a number. And what you're saying, Sandra, is completely true, that the collateral is going to be, and the direct effect of the measures against COVID are going to, Obama said it, and I'm paraphrasing that, there's going to be studies and people are going to launch inquiries about how this was handled. It's as simple as that, because the after effect of COVID is going to be, if vaccine is found and is deemed safe to be used, it's gonna be the economic. And by economic, I gotta come out clear here. It's not about buying an Audi instead of the latest Porsche. I'm not talking about that kind of economics. I'm talking about economics about the difference between having a roof on your head or not, the difference between having food to eat or not, the difference between having a well-funded healthcare or not, whether it's in the US, Canada, Malta, the rest of Europe, rest of the world, etc. The economy and healthcare, they're different sides of the same coin. And people, and the government cannot afford endless furloughs and endless subsidies and endless sending check to people's houses to sit on their butts, quite frankly. Something has to give, and something has to, and I'm saying this, I'm not being insensitive to people who have lost people COVID. I am not. I understand that. But it's unfortunately for the greater good, we have to find a way to live with it, with some precautions, with some kind of sacrifices. But staying in your living room and in your house for month after month after month after month after month, that cannot be healthy, and that cannot be the only way forward. That's my humble opinion. You can disagree with it.
I'm in quarantine right now.
No, I agree with you. I just wish that there was like a universal across the board contain it, where I live in a country where everybody's fighting about that. And so I wish that everybody would put a mask on so the numbers could drop, so the economy could start rolling again. That's what I mean, they've proven that time and time again in other countries. So for me, I'm a mask believer. I know that there are other people that don't believe in that, but
if it gets us back to work, I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. Put on a mask.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Of
blah,
course.
though.
No, and I get to wear my pretty lipstick on Zoom because the mask covers it. So.
Oh, yeah, that was the
No,
biggest.
and about singers as well. I mean, singers carrying and spreading COVID in theaters. There is no asymptomatic singer even without COVID. We always have something. You know that. You guys know that, right? We're never asymptomatic. Are you kidding me? I mean, so we will be the first to know if we have even the least symptom, right?
And if I'm getting on stage kissing you, I want to make sure you had a COVID test. Sorry, you need to.
Yeah, no, of course. No, bring on the test, bring on the swab. But all I'm saying is that I mean, not many singers were able to sing with COVID.
Right.
Not many singers can sing if they've had milk with their cereal in the morning, let alone COVID-19. So I mean, it's come on, it's as simple as that. We're really the safest when it comes to.
Okay,
You called me a spitter.
Well, you
No,
are.
you called
No,
me.
I never call anyone a spitter ever.
I think you said that I was very abundant. I was very abundant when, in Puerto Rico when we sang that concert. You were like, "Oh, Sandra."
I may or not have said that to the World Health Organization. But
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Okay, can we totally pivot this conversation from your
Yes.
comments about milk drinking from singers because we're all a little crazy? So I would like to know because we don't know each other, but we want to get to the nitty gritty of some fun things. So
Mhm.
what are your hang-ups, like your singer stuff? I mean, are you a weirdo? Are you like, oh, I only have to have a shot of bourbon or something before I walk on stage? What's your stuff?
Yeah.
Oof, geez, are you sure about this? I mean, I'm not sure what. Okay.
I could spill it all for you.
My hang-ups are I don't speak the day of the performance.
At all?
I don't drink alcohol. In an ideal world, 3 days before I sing.
Ooh.
So I'm careful about that. I don't have relations for at least 24 hours before I have to sing. It's my teacher. He put this in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has to do more about religion than actually the actual performance, but I'll never know. And I try to just stay as calm as possible. You can't show this in the US, right? Because of my European non-PC.
Oh yeah,
Applies.
it's our show. Carrie swears all the time. Carrie, what's your favorite swear word?
Okay, cool.
Carrie's favorite swear word is motherfucker. So there you go. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Do you have stage fright?
Oh, terrified. Always.
Really?
Always.
All your life? Have you always dealt with that?
It gets worse. Yeah. Because, I am not scared of this stage. I'm scared that I will not be able to perform the way I know I can for my audience. That is the stage fright, period. I'm not scared of bad reviews. I'm scared of boos. I'm not scared of anything. I'm just not scared of not being able to fulfill my expectation, my gift, my work, my art to the audience. That is the honest truth. There's no other truth. That is the stage fright, and it terrifies me.
And have you ever been in a situation where you've felt like you didn't do that? Like the fear kind of overtook you and you didn't sing as well as you wanted to? And if that happened, how did you overcome that the next night?
When that happens, usually I'm ill. So it's not as simple as just being like that. It's just when I'm ill.
Okay.
So simple as that. Yeah, of course, it happened when I usually did the bad position where when I thought I could swing it in, and I couldn't because you start out right, and mucus, the junk starts building up, and you end up in another greatest of states.
Does the stage fright, whatever nerves or whatever you want to call it, make you sweat? Like, are you a sweater?
If it's warm and if the costume is warm, yeah, but not excessively so. But if I'm doing a lot of action on a stage, yeah, absolutely, can happen.
You're pretty active on stage. Like you move around, you jump around. You're not one of those just stand and sing, which is really great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It. Let's say that I'm a bull. I'm the kind of bull that carries his china shop with him. So there you go. David Meller says that about me. He's an old friend from UK.
So I have a question, and we can edit this out if you want to. But I've always wanted to know. I never hear you warm up in an opera house before a show, and you always show up about a half an hour before the show.
Because I find that when I'm too long in an opera house in a room, I get even more worked up.
Okay.
So I'm waking up in the apartment. Usually I'm pretty close, so 5-6 minute walk is not gonna lose my warming up. Sometimes I get criticized that I didn't warm up enough, maybe, but I looked at it and it doesn't really improve, let's say, my performance. And I feel that I need to warm up more when I'm ill, because you need to remove certain junky fluids. And but other than that, I warm up. Of course, I have my routine, but I try to not to be too long in the dressing room, because I mean, let's face it, how many dressing rooms have you been to that are really nice, or really want to be in, for extended periods of time? So yeah.
Now, but everybody has a different way of warming up, and you have to find it as a singer. I tell this to young singers: you have to find out what's not enough, but sometimes too much too. Because I've been criticized of warming up too much. I think Carrie actually.
I think you're doing pretty good, Sonra. Whatever you're doing, keep on doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
The older you get, the more you got to warm up. But everybody has their own routine, and Carrie and I find it fascinating talking to people, what they do. What do you do between shows? Do you live life normally, or do you kind of hang low the days between shows?
If they're close, if it's just 2 days or 1 day, you have to just get in shape again for the next one. So that means resting your voice. Before I go party, I mean, by party, I mean a meal with a bottle of wine, okay? I'm not saying some 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Vodka shots and stuff. So if there's 4-5 days, I'll have a nice meal with a friend or whatever the case is. And otherwise I live pretty much subdued and normal. Of course, there's no smoking, there's not much socializing, because here's the thing for us singers, this mask, this hand gel, we've been doing this all our lives, right? We've been doing this all year. Okay. So for me, and I've been traveling with a mask and a plane for ages. And I was in Singapore when this broke out in Singapore in a big way last January. And I took, I think that month alone, 15 flights, including in Asia. So I was lucky. I did the antibody test for COVID. I didn't get it. So I guess that some hygiene and some minimal precautions go a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, talk to us about social media. Do you find it a necessary evil, or do you enjoy it?
Well, this is a loaded question, so they're gonna get me in trouble with so many people, but I'm gonna reply nonetheless.
No,
Here's it is, because I believe that if you're a personality, if you're a public figure, I think that social media is a good thing. But if social media gives illusion to all those people who are not public figures, who are not, who didn't go through the process of becoming a public figure, whether for the 1% like us, or whether like Brad Pitt for the 85% of the population, if we went through a process, right? We know how to filter ourselves because we went through the process of being a public figure, personality, and there were certain ladders that we had to undertake and take, and then we learned from those little steps, right? But the problem is, when you're a private individual, and suddenly you're on Facebook or Instagram or whatever platform they have invented the latest fashion, and you think that all of a sudden you actually matter. And by actually matter, not that, of course, everyone matters personally and to his family, but not everybody is a prime minister, not everybody is an opera singer, not everybody is an actor, right? If you're a private individual and you think that all of a sudden you've become a star without going through the process and the sacrifices and the pain to achieve that, then I think it can really mess up with your narcissism and with, because we all have a bit of narcissism in us. But I think that there are great things about social media, but there is absolutely also a very bad side. Alternative facts. Facts can never be alternative. Fact is a fact. Fact is sacred.
Comparing yourself to other people too.
Yeah.
That's a danger of social media, because what we put out there is what we want people to see. It's not necessarily what our lives truly are like.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
and you know, and before we could only presume, we could only theorize about the idiots that there were around. Nowadays, thanks to things like Facebook, we know where they live, what their names are, and so it's as simple as that. Because the things you read, and it can be very dangerous when facts are misrepresented, or when there are lies being peddled as truths. So I see, and I see even personally speaking, individuals really spending the majority of the day, whether they're working or having fun on the beach, or swiping around
yeah,
on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, all the time.
yeah,
I mean, this is a new thing for Homo sapiens. We're not wired to be like that. And
I agree.
I know for sure that there are even relationships between couples going down the drain because of that. There are relationships between parents and children going down the drain because of that, and because it's taking the personal interaction. God damn it, enjoy the view, don't take a picture of it for once,
Yeah,
and I've been guilty sometimes of it.
right? People, like, you see them, like, they're looking at their phone while they're watching something,
Yes.
Yeah.
not actually watching it, and you think, oh, live life too. Yeah, there's a balance, I guess. That's my thing with social media.
Do it twice in a year. Do your 300 followers or 200 followers, if you're lucky, do they really need to see 300 sunsets a year? Maybe not. This is all I'm saying.
Do you protect your children from social media? Do you put them on social, because you have 2 kids, right?
Yeah. Well, one of them is in a boarding school now in the UK. She's at Tring Park School. Hello, Tring Park. And she is absolutely ecstatic about it. I didn't make her go. She wanted to go. And I was left here literally crying. I'm not gonna be ashamed. I might be a 6'2". She's 260 pounds now, or 255, I don't know. But I'm still crying like a baby when she left. And it's so weird not having her in the house, really. So Clara, hello at Tring Park. Daddy loves you. But with my son, who's obviously 14 and a great computer, a guy, he knows all the games, all the, I fight. We only fight about this. Listen, go. You live in a great area. Grab the dogs, go for a walk, and he's a great kid. Don't get me wrong, but. Yeah, of course he spends online more than I'd like to see.
Yeah, especially now during the pandemic. I bet the kids are just. Has he gone out on the boat? Do you go out on the water with him, or is he rather like, oh, Dad, I just want to stay home and?
Oh no. He joins in. No. If there's we'll go with the boat or go to the beach or no. He's not. He's active. He has football. He's a great kid, and I probably don't even deserve both of them. But they you always want your children to be better than you, and I know that staying on your PC or whatever it is for hours, or on your phone, whatever you're doing, when you're doing it for hours on end, it's not good. It's not good for your eyes. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your psyche. It's not good for anything.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, while you're traveling around the world everywhere singing, what is your favorite thing to do when you're down? Like if you have a week off or whatever, if you even have a week off, what do you like to do?
My problem is that I have too many hobbies, too many. I'm an advanced diver doing the rescue diving course. I have dogs, fish, I keep an aquarium. I like hiking a lot with my dogs, long hikes, serious hikes, where you sometimes have to scramble up. Not rock climbing, but scrambling up. I like fishing, like going on the water, and I like wines. So when I'm down and I can drink, because I don't drink when I'm singing usually,
Right.
I have a group of friends that we try to plan we are wine connoisseurs rather than just plain down alcoholics. But no, we're not alcoholics.
Alcoholics.
We're no winos. No, we're not wines, but we do enjoy our wine. And for us, it's not about For us, it's not about the drinking, it's about the sharing, and we share notes, we compare wines.
Fun.
The thing is, do you need to compare 30 wines in a sitting? Maybe not.
No.
Well, funny you talk about wines, because my husband wanted to put together a little challenge for you.
Oh, now?
This is rude.
Yes. This is from our wine cellar.
Okay.
Because Duncan has nothing else to do all day. We're in quarantine coming back from Spain. So he wants me to ask you, what do you think of these wines? And maybe what you would pair it with, and if they're good wines or if they're... So you ready?
I'm going to be immediately... I'm not great on Spanish wines, but I'm going to try.
Well, I don't think we don't have any Spanish wines because...
Oh, fantastic. Okay, if it's French especially, I might be good at this.
Saint-Emilion is your favorite, right?
Saint-Emilion is indeed my favorite, yes.
So we have something. So this is the first wine. I don't know if you can see that. Is it backwards?
Sondra al Vento.
This is the first one. This is a Canadian wine. It's a Cabernet.
Is it named after you?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Sondra al Vento. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So this is a Canadian wine. I don't know if you've ever had any Canadian wine.
Sorry. Just call my manager. Hi, Sondra has a wine named after her. What do you say about that? Why don't you have a wine named after me? I mean, honestly, why is it not happening? We need to fix this by tomorrow. Okay, bye. Sorry about that. Which is a quick.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that. That's hysterical.
The second one I am not allowed to unwrap.
Okay.
But I am supposed to tell you, it is a 2015.
I lost you.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, hi.
Hello. Oh, he's just mad that I'm showing him all these wines.
Yeah, especially the one with your name on it.
They were all gifts, though. All of these wines were gifts. We lost him, right?
As dirty as my hair is, that's a good hair day.
I think it looks good. I think your makeup looks good. I think you're looking mighty fine. Okay, Joseph, please cancel my subscription to Your Issues. That is a really great shirt. Where did you get that, Carrie?
I wonder if a certain special friend was so sweet and thoughtful and sent me some fun gifts for my new house.
Housewarming. Oh, we lost him. I think he's just mad that I'm making him look at the wine.
He's like, really, Sandra? Really, Blue?
That's just rude. No, your hair looks good. You should let it go like that more often.
Dirty? He's funny.
Oh, he's hilarious. And in person, even more so. Oh, there he is.
No idea what happened.
You're just upset that I'm making you do this.
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
Sandra broke the internet with
I got this expression when things froze, and I think it's quite hilarious. That's just chance, honestly, which is when things froze. That's me taking it. Just how, you know.
There you go. Oh yeah, great.
You have to send me that. That is priceless. That is.
I will.
Okay.
All right. So wine number 2.
The wrapped. We arrived the wrapped one. I don't know. I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to unwrap it because my husband is just like that. But I can tell you that it is a 2000.
That's a Sassicaia. That's an Italian wine.
Now, these were all gifts, but is that a good bottle of wine?
That's a great. What's the vintage? 06?
2015.
2015. Very young. Don't open. When it's ready to be drank, I would start in about 5 years' time. It's definitely great with any kind of meat, especially dark. Especially red meat or dark game. So if it's things that have really gamey flavor, like partridge, for example, and stuff like that. Venison.
We have a lot of that here in Canada.
You want to eat Bambi? I love venison.
I love venison. I've had it once.
Yeah. No, I had it more than once. I love venison, but I would never bring myself to shoot it, but I'm a hypocrite because I would eat it. So there you go.
This would be our last wine, and I don't know if you can read that.
That's a Mouton Rothschild. That's beautiful.
We kind of got this as a gift when we went there.
I need to meet your people. I'd love to receive those wines as well. What's the year?
A 2009.
Oh my gosh! So 2009 is rated by people like Robert Parker and all the other wine critics and connoisseurs as a great year. From my ignorance, I think the 2010 is better, especially for that regional wine. But 2009 can really age and can really be a sublime vintage, just like the 1982, the 2005, the 2000 to some extent, the 2001 in Saint-Emilion to some extent, but 1982, 1989, 2000, 2005, even 1990, and I'm skipping some vintages here, 2009, 2010.
So when you come here, for Traviata, because Carrie, I don't know if Carrie knows this, Joseph and I are doing Traviata here at the Canadian Opera Company next spring. So I promise you that we will, yes, fingers crossed, I will promise you that if it happens, you come up to the house and we will have this.
No, fine. I'll throw Duncan out and I'll just move in. Not a problem. And I'll bring. Hope you're hearing that, Duncan. Yeah, you. Oh, yes, right. Brilliant.
Maybe Carrie can come up to Canada by then too, and we can have fun, and you can try out that wine. So yeah, that was from Bordeaux. We were fortunate enough to get a tour of Mouton Rothschild when I was there doing
Wonderful. Now, and we have to do Saint-Emilion together. We have to go do sing a concert and and introduce you to one of some of my favorite winemakers: Chateau Vijac, Chateau Lasserre, Chateau Coutet, Chateau Angelus, of course, the great Hubert de Bois. James Bond, Daniel Craig was didn't drink Dom Perignon in the morning movies. He was drinking Chateau Angelus, which was a great marketing. There's so many, and of course, there's the Pomerol, the Pauillac, the Saint-Estèphe, so many regions, the Bordeaux, but the Burgundy as well, because I'm going to Burgundy, and I've been as of last year, I think, last year, to Domenico Maniconti, which was really cool, and the Clos Fougeot, and I'm gonna be intronized as a sort of chevalier this October if I can travel. So. Cool. I'm going to be discovering the great wines of Burgundy as well, which I don't know as much as I know something about it, but not as much as the Bordeaux, let's say, region.
Ooh, what about movies? You've been in a couple movies, haven't you?
No, come on. I did a cameo role in the role in The Immigrant. Was
like
a crazy idea of James Gray, which worked. I loved it. Loved the man. I was on set with Marion Cotillard and Jeremy Renner. Joaquin Phoenix is in the movie, but he wasn't on set that day. It's not so much different than opera. The only difference is we get one take, the performance. They get to do a scene over and over and over and over again. But a cameo, because I'm used to doing it in one take. We did my take at Ellis Island on location. That was one take. So for the other scenes, they took I think between 15 and 25, if not 30. My scene, which was very short, but still one take. And I was singing live with music being piped in my ears. And the extras were actually saying, my gosh, it's just as if he was really singing. I was actually really singing.
And you're like...
No, I found it absolutely hilarious. I try to laugh about everything. And if you're me, that's plenty to laugh about. So there you go.
Can you tell me about your foundation? I don't know how many, it's amazing what you've accomplished. I think it's like 6 years and the millions of dollars you raised for this foundation. Whose idea was that? Was it your brainchild or someone else's? Or how did that all come about? And sorry, I have a B question to that. Do you still keep in contact with the kids that are benefiting from the program?
I visited the foundation at age 16, and you tell me why and how. I remember there was what was his instrument? Not the saxophone in the band in the bands, and the guys. It will come to me, but it was a brass instrument, and he was, I think, the euphonium. I'm not sure. Okay. And this young kid was a wizard, and it just happened to be like one of the top world authorities is British about, I think it was the euphonium, I'm not sure. And he listened to him. He said, and he told my teacher, if you put a couple of $1,000 behind this guy, he'll be one of the greatest virtuosos in the world. And my teacher, my theory teacher, piano, not voice, subsequently he had called in his parents. You know, I think that your son is a wizard. Listen, he's a prodigy. He's naturally gifted. We need, and they, I think they told him something along the lines like, you know, but we're a family of limited means. We can't afford to do any of this. And this guy became a very good player, but he didn't achieve his potential because of this. So I told myself, or aged 15, you know, presumptuous as it well might be, if I'll be in a position where I can help, I will. So this in Maltese Islands will never happen again. It's all started from there. And I launched it then with Bank of Valletta at the aged 36. That was exactly 6 years ago. And we have raised more than €1 million, which by Maltese standards, remember we're an island of 500,000 people. That's a massive amount.
Right.
We have over 70 scholars. One of them is at the Curtis Institute in Philadelphia. I think the youngest vocalist ever to be admitted.
Cool.
Baritone from Gozo. We have Marvik Monreal, who had stints in Royal Opera House, Salzburg, and now she's in a young artist program in Frankfurt Opera. Hello, Bernd Loebe. Hello, Frankfurt. And we have, you know, 2 ballerinas who had stints with the Royal Opera House in London, in the schools, age 13 and 15. And one of them Paris Opera. Leah Sullivan and Julia Gauci, and I'm missing people out. So there are 70. I can
we can list them all.
We can mention them all, but then we have helped around 2,500 children from the underprivileged side, because the foundation has 2 remits: the talent and the underprivileged. Mm-hmm. Do I keep in touch with all of them? It's impossible. But do I try to catch up with scholars and discuss and give them advice? Absolutely. That happens a lot.
That's amazing. Thank you for doing that.
No, I only can. And there's not false humility or false modesty. It's just, I couldn't do it without the chairman of my board, Roderick Chalmers, all the board members, and the patrons who give. This is private money. We do concerts. We had people like Jessica Pratt, Ramona Zaharia, the Balanas sister, Margarita and Christina, Vittorio Vitelli, and Otamar, who all came down and did these fundraisers. And, you know, and that's every time that happens, people really give because they know we're doing it, you know, pro bono, and they give more because this is just a foundation doing good for the sake of doing good, nothing else. Right. I don't get anything from it except the satisfaction of being able to help turn around someone's life. And we have done that. We really have done it in more ways than one. The board members, sometimes they end up mothering and fathering some of our kids, you know, buying them laptops, iPad. This is from their own money, not even from the funds raised. And aside from the website, every penny that we raise goes for the cause. There are no hidden expenses. There's no, you know, so awesome. We publish accounts. We're registered with the authorities, of course. So it's all
You're
really
very good at that, though. You can ask anybody anything, and I admire that about you. You're not afraid of walking up to whoever and saying, "Hi, I'm Joseph Calleja, and hey, you want to give me some money?" It's a real talent. No, it is. I mean, seriously, I'm okay. I'm a bad joker, so, but it's true.
I wouldn't ask it for me, but I would ask it for the foundation. Absolutely.
No, and you have no fear. I remember when we sang at the Kennedy Center Honors, there were a lot of big celebrities and big names there, and you were just like, "Hey, can I have a photo with you?" And I'm like sitting there going, "What?" I'm sorry.
There was Snoop Dogg. Of course, I'm gonna have a picture with Snoop Dogg. Hey, man, it's great. You know, absolutely.
I've been with your pipes. Yeah, I got that picture too. But Duncan was so nervous; he was shaking so much the pictures blur.
Yeah.
So who's the coolest person you've met?
Oh,
gosh. You've met a lot of people.
I mean, the funniest story I had, I did a private event for Prince Charles once, and I was invited for dinner. It was just 25 people. That's it. It was I think Bradley Cooper. It was Jeremy Irons for sure. And I couldn't stay because I had a performance with La Boheme Madonna and Trepco the next day at the opera. So he sent me a letter, which is hanging on my wall right there. thank you for yesterday. It's such a pity you couldn't stay for dinner. So I framed it, because how many people have that from Prince Charles? I'm so sorry you could have stayed for dinner. I have it hanging right there. It's a big computer, because I will literally turn it around.
You're like, rain check? Yeah.
Wait. So if this was Bohème, like you could sing Bohème standing on your head, like on your worst day ever, and you didn't stay for dinner.
No, because Simon Beachcroft wanted the Calleja Menina in key, in the original key. So it was a high C on the high B. So I'll not be able to sing a high C well, or being right in the head to do it well, if I'm having dinner and liquors, or even talking till 1 a.m. in the morning or 12:30 or whatever it is.
See, people don't know what we go through, the sacrifices.
I mean, and another real true story of Prince Charles is the first time I met him was Renée Fleming and Tom Hampson after, I think it was 2009 performance of Traviata and Royal Opera House. He comes to our performances, Sandra, I'm sure you've met him as well. But he was really interested. I was from Malta. He wasn't sure I was Thomas or not. I'm sure about that. But he was for sure that was a joke, which completely bombed. I'm sorry. But anyway, because we're both tall, we're both big.
We're laughing.
Okay, that's fine. So he came to talk to me about Malta, because the royal family have a great affinity and connection with the Maltese. Mm-hmm. Remember, Malta was a colony for about the odd 100 years. With, and he said, "Oh, so you're from Malta? That's wonderful. Quite the voice on you. Oh, by the way, I was probably conceived in Malta." And I was like, I'm not sure I want to,
know that.
No, knowing it is okay, but your thoughts, go there. But that's the first thing that Prince Charles told me. Probably I was conceived in Malta. And I was laughing so hard. And there was Camilla there. I remember she shooed off the wonderful people who were helping them with and she was serving us champagne and tea in the royal box. It was, of course, at the time, this is 11 years ago, so I was in my early 30s, just 31, and it was quite something. And one-on-one, personally, they're absolutely really unassuming and wonderful people. And I can spot if it's fake, if it's put on. It isn't. He is one of the people you want to, have over your house and pour him a scotch. And then another, and then another.
So in your virtual dinner party, like the favorite people, he would be included in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You'd be in my party, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You too.
It's true.
Not Duncan.
Yeah, no, Duncan would have to be there, and he'd have to be sitting next to you, because you two are like freaking.
Let me explain this. Me and Duncan have this fake that we hate each other thing. Of course, we love each other, but we joke about each other all the time. We insult our physical attributes or lack thereof, and this is absolutely continuous. Okay, so it's harmless, and it's of course just a joke.
It's true. Yeah,
but it is kind of fun to spar. I call it sparring, like ping pong back and forth.
Yeah, it is sparring.
I'm gonna say. What am I going to say back? Who's going to crack the other one up first? Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, I always win invariably, but yeah, sure. I mean,
that's a
sometimes I lose one to just make him feel better. That's all. I mean,
so Carrie, what else do we have? Anything else, or do you want to do rapid fire questions?
No, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I mean, on the Screaming Divas?
I mean, I do have a program, a 90-minute program of Flemish songs, if I can sing it, if there's enough time. That's it.
All right, fine, got it.
My pillow.
None against the Flemish songs if they exist. I'm sorry.
All right, so we're gonna ask you some rapid fire questions.
Go ahead.
If you weren't an opera singer, what profession would you do?
A lawyer or a doctor.
Really?
Yeah.
If I had bet money on that, I thought you would have said a fisherman. Like on
no, because fish don't talk back. So no.
All right, Carrie.
Okay. Do you have a favorite moment in your career where you had like an awesome costume malfunction?
Oof, several. No, I had a thing with it was Sir Richard Airy in Traviata when I tried to exit the stage, and it was the fireplace, and you could hear his voice, "That's the fireplace, you idiot." and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful and true.
Oh dear. Okay,
Yeah.
so what useless talent do you have?
Impersonations.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Do we get another one other than Sean Connery? Who else can you do?
No, the rest is about, there's some Maltese personalities.
Donald Trump.
And Donald Trump. No, let's continue with the rapid fire.
Yeah.
We're done. Bye.
No lie.
What is your most favorite sound that you love?
Sound?
Mm-hmm.
Oof, a corny one, but the laughter of my kids, of my children.
Aww. Strangest gift you've ever been given by a fan?
Do you really want to go there?
Yep.
I got a tube of toothpaste.
The Phantom of the Opera from London, who sung it over 2,500 times, actually got a toad. They gave him a toad, a frog in a box.
Knickers.
And we're not PG rated, so if it's not PG rated.
You got knickers? You got panties. Oh my God. Wait. I need details because my imagination just went through the roof. So were they like banana hammocks? Was it a thong?
Nope, we're just going to move on.
I plead the fifth.
Did it have somebody's face on the front of it?
Okay. Carrie's cracking herself up. Okay.
I did warn you this was going to happen. So.
Okay, Carrie.
Wait. I need a picture of those. Were they red?
They were used, but that's different.
If you ever see me in public, you're going to walk the other way. I don't know that girl.
Okay, Carrie, your turn.
Oh my God. Okay, well, you're very funny. So what is the thing that you do the most that makes your kids laugh?
When I prank people, because of who I am, I have to be careful, right? Mm-hmm. But because I've done not terrible things, but some really funny things, which nowadays for some reason would be considered to be illegal. But and I'm joking, okay? By the way, but no, I think that when I prank people, I tell them something very funny in a serious face, and the other party isn't sure if I'm joking or not, and often I'm taken seriously. Unbelievably, there are a few people that still do.
You got me quite a few times. Like,
did
what?
I? Good for me.
So what do you do that embarrasses your kids? Bam.
If that was Duncan, he would have said breathe. But Duncan would have said that, right? Because let's say when I joke a bit too much with people, they or when they have their friends over and I tease it with their friends and stuff like that, they don't like it.
They don't like it. And Carrie, last one.
No, sorry, that just brought back a lot of memories. I had a dad that was like that. It was hilarious, all the time, like shenanigans and silliness, and you never knew what was going to come out of his mouth, especially when your friends were over. It was like slightly horrifying, but funny at the same time. Okay, I'm trying to think like I don't know, what are the other good ones?
Last one? You want to do the last one?
Sure. Okay. What do you want to hear God say if God exists? What do you want to hear God say as you walk through the pearly gates?
No, I would be the one who will tell him, where have you been? Look at the world right now. Are you serious? I mean, look at the last 100 years. I mean, there are quite a few massacres, holocausts, atrocities that could have been, quoting Stephen Fry, bone cancer, eye cancer for children. I mean, where's God's plan there? I'm very Christopher Hitchens / Stephen Fry on that. And I'm raised a Catholic. Malta is more Catholic than the Vatican. We have more churches here in Malta than the Vatican. This is a true story. And I'm friends with the Archbishop of Malta. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man, intelligent. In fact, we're so lucky to have him. But and I have this conversation all the time with him, and he always tells me, Joseph, have faith. That's another impersonation of the great Charles Cicluna. But His Grace, Charles Cicluna. But he's a wonderful, wonderful man. He loves opera. by the way. And the Catholic Church has done absolutely great things. But of course, in the histories, its history is checkered as well, right? So what I would have said, if I have, Jesus Christ, I mean, literally, Jesus Christ. I mean, if I meet God, I mean, if there is a God, the God of Abraham, the first thing I would say, hey, where have you been? Explain to this stupid mind, stupid brain, what are these issues and why, just quoting Stephen Frank, Christopher Hitchens. I'm pretty much in that line when it comes to this theological conundrum, if you want.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And for all the
for your hour.
It's been my pleasure.
For doing
Really.
our stupid wine.
Adamo?
Oh yeah, that's a local one. Sorry.
Okay. I don't know. No, I don't know it. I know it.
I know Canadian wines though. They're pretty good. So you'll have to come try them out when you come here.
Cannot wait to come and to come again and taste it in the wine.
Yay!
Bye. Thank you for everything.